Our first competitor will be Adam Smith, a John Deere 4440 right here from Ashland. A total of 21 in this class pulling fans. A lot more weight, a lot more power, a lot more juiced up tractors on the way. Remember, pulling fans, we're using a floating finish line. The green flag is out. John Deere 4440, Adam Smith. Okay, good run for Adam Smith. We got another plaque to present. The best overall appearance in Class B goes to Ron Augustine. Congratulations, a long time pulling. Here at Ashland, you've been pulling here for about 75 years or something like that. Anybody you want to thank, Ron?
Hey, I want to thank Tom Sprinkle for painting my tractor.
Tom Sprinkle. The guy that works at Town and Country, the sprayer guy, he painted your tractor. Well, awesome job. Congratulations. Thanks for coming out tonight. Ron Augustine, ladies and gentlemen, Best Appearance Award tonight. The distance for Adam Smith on his John Deere 4440. 290 feet, 0.9. Ron Lynn, is he going to take that pull or drop? 290.9. We'll get word on that. He was the test hook of that class. At the moment, we are getting information he's going to keep that 290.9. Coming up next, he's a graduate of Mapleton High School, married a Worcester girl. He farms with the Snyder family over north of Worcester. This is Russ Stokels. Also farms ground in Nova, Ohio. He's on an International 1066. So we're going to see what he does. Russ Stokels got a hot tractor tonight. Come on, 1066. Good run for Russ Stokels. There's our new leader, 302.8 for Russ Stokels, 302.8. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the rundown of Class C. Class C, the winner is Kevin Longsdorf on the Ford 9000. Second place goes to Mike. Randy Fishball is second place. Randy Fishball. Third place goes to Mike Schwartzmiller on a 1066. Fourth place goes to Nate Schaefer on a International 856. Fifth place, Dave Cornish, 1206. Sixth place goes to Shane Ayers on a John Deere 4320. Seventh goes to Jeremy Pay, International 1066. And eighth place goes to Jake Color. We'll have the officials check those out again. Coming up next here in Class D on a Ford 9700 will be Aaron Buckman out of Ashland. On deck will be Rick Austin, International 1066. So come on, Ford fans. We had one win in the last class. Let's see what happens here. Aaron Buckman. The distance for Aaron Buckman on the Ford, 245.6. 245.6. The distance for Russ Stokels was 302.8. He is currently in the lead. Folks, we're going to give you the rundown of Class C once again to make sure we got it right. The rundown of Class C. The winner, Kevin Longsdorf on the Ford 9000. Second place goes to Randy Fishball, 1066. Third place goes to Mike Schwartzmiller on a 1066. Fourth place goes to Nate Schaefer, International 856. Fifth place goes to Aaron Smith, International 1066. Sixth place, Dave Cornish, 1206. Seventh goes to Shane Ayers, a John Deere 4320. And eighth place goes to Jake Culler on a 1456. So, best appearance for Class C, Rick Austin, International 1060 or 806. And best pull goes to Mike Schwartzmiller, International 1066. Congratulations. Our next competitor in Class D, Rick Austin, Jeromesville, International 1066. Okay, that was Rick Austin. $237.4 for Rick Austin. $237.4. Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, will be Tom Reisinger, pulling a tractor, I believe, owned by Joe Onsen Farms. Joe Onsen Farms. Tom Reisinger doing the driving on this International 1466 out of Sullivan, Ohio. A very hot run in 14. And the distance to beat is Russ Stokels in the lead at 302.8. On deck will be Kevin Smith, John Deere 4440. Come on, Tom Reisinger, International 1466. Oh boy. Yeah, what do you say? All right, that's looking pretty good. Awesome running tractor from the Altz Farms. Tom Reisinger doing the driving. We got a new leader, 309.6. 309 feet, 0.6. Tom Reisinger takes over the lead. That's going to bump Russ Stokels to number 2. And Adam Smith to number 3 at the moment. Once again, folks, I got a great crew up here. Ellen Keats. Ellen Keats, put your hand up. Ellen Keats. Clear down at that end. Put your hand up. Right beside her is Fair Board member Dave Snyder. Then we have Don Stauffer, been on the Fair Board for a number of years. Then we got Kurt Hall helping out from Conklin Products. And then we have Art Barr. Art Barr here helping me with the distance. Okay, hold up. We need to stop this guy right here. Stop this guy right here. We need to hold up just a moment. Okay, Ron Lynn, they need to step off to the side. They need to get a laser read to zero back the distance before the sled can start. There is a prism on top of the sled. They must get dialed in and set at 0 each time we start the pull. So our next competitor is Kevin Smith out of Lucas, Ohio. John Deere 4440. All right, we're ready to go. We got the laser zeroed in. John Deere 4440 at the sled. Kevin Smith out of Lucas, Ohio. The distance for Kevin Smith, 294.5, 294 feet, 0.5. That's going to be good for third place at the moment. Tom Reisinger in the lead with the 1466 at 309.6. Coming up next is Nick Farquhar from Jonesville, Ohio, International 966. On deck will be Ron Klein with a white 2-105. And we do want to remind you, Pulling fans, in the grandstand is a no smoking venue. No smoking in the venue. Also, we are using a floating finish line in all classes tonight. Once again, we want to thank our event sponsor tonight, Simonson Excavating. Simonson Excavating, thank you for being our event sponsor. Other great sponsors, we want to thank R&J Egg, Bartley and Bolin, Ashland Tractor Sales, Ashland Implement, Shear Farm Equipment, West Salem, Westner Pioneer Seeds, Ashland Crop Services, and Mort's Concrete. Thank you. Nick Farquhar, Jonesville, Ohio, International 966. Man, give him a hand, folks. There's a good smooth run by Nick Farquhar, the 966 International. 284.2, 284 feet, .2. Coming up next will be Ron Klein out of West Salem, Ohio on a white 2-105 model. On deck will be Jim Eglin on a John Deere 6030. Okay, we're ready to go. Ron Klein, a white 2-105. .0, 272 feet for Ron Klein. At the moment, we have Tom Reisinger with the Aunts Farms tractor in the lead at 309.6. We got a total of 21 in the class, ladies and gentlemen. We got about 13 more to go. And then we'll move to the 16,000-pound class. We have 15 in that class. And then we'll move to the front-wheel assist four-wheel drive tractor class. We have 8 four-wheelers here tonight. And then we'll have our 2 open to the world classes, the 6,000-pound open and the 9,300-pound super farm class. We also have an OSTPA exhibition of 3 alcohol tractors coming up from Dover, Ohio. OSTPA was down at the Tuscarora's Fair. So hopefully they'll be here later on, the Keener family, hometown crowd. Tomorrow I'll be at the Delaware County Fair with an OSTPA event at 12 o'clock noon. Our next puller, Jim Eglin, John Deere, 60-30. Whoa! Might have hurt something there. Came hard down on the front end. Something happened. But anyways, tomorrow I'll be down at the Delaware County Fair at 12 noon doing an OSTPA event. But right here tomorrow night at the Ashland County Fair will be the Demolition Derby. You don't want to miss it, the last day of the county fair. We need a tow tractor. 82.1 will be the footage for Jim Eglin on his John Deere 6030. 82.1. Bates's Garage from Nankin making their first appearance tonight with their tow truck. We want to thank them for being here tonight, and any other wreckers that are down there tonight. People back in the pit helping out with the tow vehicles. Drew Bates, wave to the crowd, Drew. He is running the tow truck tonight. One of the top mechanics up there at Bates's Garage in Nankin. Folks, give it up to Jim Eglin. What a horrendous crash he come down on that front end. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. Class B, second place plaque goes to hometown boy Mark Smith. Congratulations. John Deere 7000. Some words from you tonight, people you may want to thank. I know you've been pulling here. This is the 33rd year pulling at the Ashland County Fair. Mark Smith.
I just want to thank the Fair Board and putting on this pull, and everybody here that's coming to watch us pull to support us, and we're here to have a good time.
Yeah, you got the whole family. You and your 3 sons here tonight. 4 tractors from the Smith family. Thanks for bringing them.
Yeah, I got them trained to pull now.
That's the way to do it. Folks, give it up for Mark Smith, the runner-up tonight in Class B. We want to thank him and his family for coming out. Coming up next, Tim Dilgard, right here from Ashland, International 1066, a engineer with Cub Cadet. Here we go. Come on, 1066, Tim Dilgard. 270 feet, .7 for Tim Dilgard. 270.7. Our next competitor, ladies and gentlemen, is Matt Carpenter, International 1066. Right here from Ashland. On deck will be John Barr on an International 1466. All right, folks, we're ready to go. He's got the green flag. Matt Carpenter, International, 1066. Got her in a pretty low gear, folks, but I tell you what, making a pretty decent pull. All right, give him a hand. Matt Carpenter, the International 1066. .1. 270.1 for Matt Carpenter. In the fourth quarter, Hillsdale and Chippewa are tied at 32 apiece. Having a whale of a game at Chippewa. Speaking of football, we got any Cleveland Brown fans in the house tonight? Come on. How about the Pittsburgh Steelers? All right, more than I thought. They just barely beat the Browns last week. But 2 weeks ago, my team trounced the Browns. We got any Dallas Cowboy fans? Come on. All right. You forget about Saturday night for just a moment. Do we have any Ohio State Buckeye fans? Yeah. All right, we'll just have to hang in there and see how the season plays out for the Buckeyes. Our next competitor at the sled is John Barr, International 1466. On deck will be Bruce Chuha on a John Deere 4430. Okay, not a bad run at all for John Barr. 279.4 for John Barr. 279.4. Hey, a good-looking John Deere 4430 backing up to the sled. He farms grain in Ashland County, but he lives in LaGrange, Ohio. Bruce Shuha. On deck will be Carl Way, the Big Daddy, with the International 1066. Here we go. Bruce Shuha, John Deere 4430. Yeah, good run there on the 4430 out of LaGrange, Ohio. 274.4. 274.4. Tom Reisinger in the lead so far at 309.6 on the Aunts Farms International 1466. Number 2 at the moment is Russ Stokols, International 1066. And number 3 at the moment, I believe, is Kevin Smith, John Deere 4440. Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, this is the tractor that won this class last year in 2007. Carl Way III. He works for Kokosing Construction, lives in the northeastern part of Ashland County, has a West Salem, Ohio address. Him and his wife, Sarah, had a newborn son this past spring. He calls this white painted International 1066 Big Daddy. Always a hot running tractor. He either usually wins the class or blows up. So let's see what happens. Very hot tractor. Carl Way III, International 1066. Wow, Big Daddy. Yeah, what do you say? Give him a big round of applause. Carl Way III puts on a show with Big Daddy, International 1066. There's your new leader, 327.4, 327 feet, .4. Carl Way and Big Daddy takes over the lead. Coming up next is Steve Knapp. He lives in Wellington, Ohio. Has a John Deere 4320. On deck will be Ryan Welch, a 1066. .7 for Steve Knapp. 2:44.7. Our next competitor will be Ryan Welch from Polk, Ohio, International 1066. On deck, Andrew Smith on a John Deere 4440. Ryan Welch from State Route 89, just north of Polk, Ohio. International 1066. Okay, give him a round of applause, folks. Ryan Welch. .256.7, 256 feet, .7 for Ryan Welch. At the moment, in our two open to the world classes, we have about 13 entered in the 6,000 pound and about 10 to 11 entered in the 9,300 pound super farm class. So we got a good open to the world segment coming up at the end of the show tonight. We also have some alcohol super stocks on their way back from Dover, Ohio, about 3 of them. Gonna make a exhibition pool here tonight from OSTPA. Kind of had some bad luck last Sunday night as that event was rained and wind out here at the county fair on opening day. Our next competitor on the track is gonna be Andrew Smith, another Smith brother from just south of Ashland. A 1979 John Deere 4440. How about it? We still got some John Deere fans in the house tonight. Come on, this is a good one. Andrew Smith, just south of Ashland. John Deere 4440. .291.6, 291.6 for the John Deere 4440, Andrew Smith. At the moment, Carl Way III, the Big Daddy, in the lead at 327.4. We got 4 more tractors to go. Class E, be lined up. Those are tractors up to 16,000 pounds. We got a total of 15 coming up in Class E. Coming up next is John Dovin out of Wellington, Ohio. John Deere, 4455. On deck, Rick Alston, International 1466. John Dovin, John Deere, 4455, Wellington, Ohio. Okay, not a bad run at all for the 44.55. .4, 293 feet, .4 for John Dovin. Once again, we do have a couple birthdays tonight. Happy birthday to Jenny Wessner, who is 42. Jenny Wessner, happy birthday. And also Ben Hastings, who is 21. Happy birthday, Ben Hastings, 21. Also, our next puller coming up to the sled is Rick Austin out of Jeromesville, making several appearances here tonight on the track. International 1466. Up at South Central, Mapleton is losing 41-32 in the fourth quarter. Rick Austin, here we go. This is a good one. 1466. Oh, look at the water come out the front end. Holy cow, we may need a tow truck. Blew the radiator cap right off. He is still running. He may be able to pull it off. We need Kenny Stoner to get her unhooked. Watch yourself, Kenny. Don't get burnt. Water flew back there. We need a tow truck. .116.2 for Rick Austin. 116.2. Take a look at that tow truck. Jerry Bauer Service and Towing out of Sullivan, Ohio. We want to thank Jerry Bauer for having his crew here tonight. And that's Jerry Bauer hooking up to the sled. He is our next competitor on a good-looking International 1066. This tractor was brand new in 1974. They made the 1066s from 1971 to the early part of 1977. So still tons of 1066s on the farms and mainly on the pulling track. So Jerry Bauer, a big contributor to pulling. He goes around to a lot of OSTPA events throughout the year and with his tow tractors and tow trucks and helps out all he can. And here tonight pulling at his home county fair. Ron Lynn gives him the green flag. International 1066, Jerry Bauer. 295 feet, .4 for Jerry Bauer. 295.4. One more to go in the class, and that's going to be Jerry McKinney from State Route 224 in Nova on a John Deere 4320. At the moment, Carl Way III, Big Daddy, in the lead at 327.4. Class E coming up next. Tractors up to 16,000 pounds. A total of 15 entered. Jerry McKinney works for Sandmeyer Oil, I believe, in Ashland. Drives a fuel truck, lives in Nova, Ohio. John Deere 4320 has the green flag. Okay, folks, give him a hand. Good run by Jerry McKinney, and that is going to wrap up Class D. 292.3 for Jerry McKinney. 292.3. Congratulations to Carl Way III, Big Daddy, winning the class tonight. We'll have the rundown of Class D in just a moment. Class E, tractors up to 16,000 pounds. We got 15 of them lined up, ready to go. We'll probably have to add some weight to the sled. If we could get Marty Heavy Westner out here to roll a track, that would help out a big, big bunch.